So, what a Golden Globe is? Golden Globe is a technique that is used to achieve a rapport with another person. But what's a rapport? Rapport, on the other hand, is a close relationship in which people understand each other's feelings and generally communicate well. It means that people can relate to each other and there are no communication barriers between them. Like, for example, when you approach a girl, the first barrier that may potentially appear is a barrier of the approach itself. If a girl is not used to such situations when somebody approaches her in public places, she may become nervous. So the Golden Globe technique is aimed to help you to achieve the rapport. It will teach you how to relate to each other. And now guys, listen, this technique is awesome, but it won't fix nothing in one click. It won't make you a superhero. It is simply here just to help you a little bit and to give you some insight on how our brain works. The most important thing is still your experience and practical communication skills that you gain throughout your life. So let's get back to the technique itself. Long story short, you have to step into another person's shoes. So how do you do it? You may have heard about the energy levels of interaction. Like, for example, when you are in a company of your friends and you're having a great time, you fool around, you laugh, your energy is extremely high in this situation. And if you see a girl or maybe group of girls you like, and you approach them all full of energy, as it may turn out, the energy level of those girls of that group may be not as high as yours. So, for example, they are just sitting quietly and chat. So you approach all full of fun, and despite you being all awesome and stuff, it may not work out. The girls may simply become uncomfortable and nervous because of this difference in your energy. Of course, you may still dictate your reality and lead, but we'll talk about that some other time. So energy levels are important, and Golden Globe is a technique that will help you with that. It's very simple but does require a little bit of practice. So here it is. Imagine you're walking down the street or sitting in some public place. You see a girl you like. She's sitting there all lonely and up in her head. So what you have to do is to observe that person. You have to see clearly what she is thinking about, what is her state and mood, and what is her reality at the moment. You have to enter her reality, step into her shoes. You imagine that you are that person. Your energy and rhythm, your heartbeat becomes the same as hers. Her reality becomes your reality. You feel and see what she feels. Then you approach. The use of this technique can be very effective during a day game. In clubs it won't be that effective, as clubs are too dynamic and full of external stimulations. Clubs require a little bit different techniques, and we'll talk about those later. Why is it called a Golden Globe? Well, this name means that you and the other person enter a kind of imaginary shining object, shining globe, and your energy and mind become the same. You relate to each other inside that globe. The technique is very often used by psychologists and educators when it's very important for them to build a rapport and trust with a person or within a group. So as you see guys, the technique is quite simple. Step into another person's shoes. Try it whenever you feel comfortable, as it does take a little bit of practice. We hope this material was useful for you, and you can always find something useful on these pages. As always, thanks for watching.